Hey guys, well, you haven't seen me for a week, and last time you saw me, I think I was talking about how I was going to maybe build a little something on the shop. I don't know. I don't know if I changed my mind or not. Let's take a look. Oh my god. What's all this junk outside the door? Shit everywhere. Holy shit. What's all this shit all over the place? It looks like Sanford and Sons. Salvage. Who all remembers that show? God, if that show tried to air on TV today, there'd be so many people out there crying and whining. They'd all be whining because they can't handle the jokes. They can't handle the words. They can't handle life. They should just look in a mirror and realize they can't handle themselves. But, with that being said, it is gone. It is gone. Took it down, got rid of it. What's the next step? I don't know. Beats me. Next is break up some old concrete slab here, and it's good for backfill. Start leveling this out, build a retaining wall. It's a big job. It's a big job. And right at this moment, it's Saturday, and I don't got time for that shit. But what I do got time for is to show you what's new and exciting. So this weekend, if you're watching this video right now, which is probably going to be too late because the time I post it'll be over, but maybe not. Chilliwack's big car show's in town. You know, I lived in this town for 13 years. I've never gone to that car show ever in my life once. Never gone there to enter it, look at it, or see it. Always been off at other car shows, Penticton, or just been doing other things, and I don't know. So I might go. It's on Sunday, June 26th. Today they're having a cruise. They're leaving Cal Tire and they're cruising up to Cultus Lake. I think that's happening at 6 p.m. So I might do the cruise. The cruise interests me. I like the cruise part. The car show, I don't know. I've been offered by some friends. I can go and get in there and sit with them and park with them. And I got an easy exit out if I want out. But exiting a car show is never easy. I don't care where you're parked. And I just don't know. I have a strong feeling that I'm not going to go, but I'm going to go down there and look around because I've never seen it, but I don't think I'm going to enter it. But even more important, even more fun than the car show, who gives a shit, is the Model A's home. That's right. So, as you can see, we got the battery charging up right there. And it's trying to rain a little bit today. It's supposed to rain up until around 11 o'clock, which you can see the blue skies are coming, and then it's going to be like 25, I think, out today. And then it's sunny right through to next Friday. And there's the old 58 Ford. If it does clear up, I will be taking that on the cruise tonight, I think. It's either that or the wagon. But I think I'll take the Ford. I had the wagon out last night cruising around a bit. There is the Model A. So what we got done here, I am so happy with. Look at this patch. Now, some people want a snap patch. Some people want a zipper patch. Some people don't want a patch. Some people fill the roof. It's all up to you. I want that more period correct look, and I wanted to just leave the patch, and that's what I went for. And Ron did a fabulous job. Like, the thing is super laid down, super nice and tight. There's no issues. Like, the thing is just like could bounce off that thing. Don't worry, Ron, I won't try. Up inside, you can see. Now, we didn't get to the upholstery, but that's fine. It's all good. We got all our carpet made and floor mats. Firewall up in there, look at that. And Ron did such a fabulous job. You just take this off and everything lifts off it. Like, the floor mats obviously lift out. And then you take this knob off only, and this carpet comes out in pieces without having to take up like seats and all that. He's made everything so it just lifts out. Like, see, I'm just lifting it out. Everything just lifts out. Like, it's amazing. And we did all in the trunk. We did all the trunk sides. We did all the sides of the trunks all lined. I just put the battery box in. Just got that bolted down. All the carpeting in here. Again, it just lifts out. And the reason he did it that way was that I never thought about that. Everyone knows that carpeting lifts out. But he made it so if you're at a car show and say this gets wet in here, or say something gets wet in here, well, normally when you got to get your carpet out, you got to pull your seat out, pull everything out. He made it so if you're at a car show and something happens to get wet that night, it shouldn't, but if it does, you don't have to be pulling seats or any of that. You just lift it up. He even made it, I don't know if I can show you this, Trying to film and hold on to the camera at the same time. See this plate? That looks nice, doesn't it? Look at firm, everything. Doesn't move when you shift gears, doesn't do nothing. You think, oh, that's screwed to the floor. Look at this. It comes right up with the carpeting. It all comes up. So all you're doing there is taking the shifter knob off, and the boot and plate and everything's coming with it. You gotta love that. So I am super stoked over that. So I don't know what my plan is today, because I do want to clean up my black car there, and there's a car show tomorrow, so my Sunday fun day's kind of gone, but I got the battery tray bolted down now. I want to get the battery in. I want to try and get the girl fired up, and I'm going to look around for the stuff for the deck lid and maybe get the deck lid on it today. I don't want to put the doors on yet. I got a couple things I got to do, so we'll see. The plan is I'd like to get this car on the road for, like I say, first week of July. That's my goal. And if I don't make it, I don't make it. Because right now, I don't know. I'm just not too worried about it. So, well, there's a lot on the go here at the shop between building there and cars and all sorts of shit. There's lots on the go. So, just got to slow down a bit. Got to pace myself right now. Too much on the mind. Too much happening. So, just going to play at the car for a few hours. Let's continue on. Just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek before I put it down. So you remember I kept the original seat in my Model A. I like the original seat. It was comfortable, and I like a bench seat. I like buckets in like a car that would have came with buckets and nice console and all that. But if a car came with a bench seat, I'm not one to change it out for buckets. I just prefer the bench seat. I don't know. But anyway, I want to show you that the other reason I left it was storage. Got a little bit of storage, and on a Model A, every little bit of storage helps. So, this is bolted in now to my frame that was bolted down. I got it bolted down. But anyway, the cushion part just lifts off. It sits on, it tucks under there and then sits on these tabs. That's it. But if you just quickly lift it off, I got storage in here. Good place. You know, I got my front license plate I put in there. And that's actually the last time this car was on the road, September 2021. Yeah, so it's not a lot of storage. You can put stuff under there. It's kind of cool. I know the seat doesn't look the greatest, but it is new foam. It is comfy, and I've got a nice blue Mexican blanket, and that's going to do just fine for me. And then I didn't, again, if you remember on the past build when been a long time, so there's a package tray back in here. The more you eliminate it, the more leg room you're going to have because you're putting a seat further back. I made this car fit me. I'm like 5'10". I fit in here, my legs are stretched out, I'm comfortable. So that's how I made it, and I enjoy it, and I kept that little package tray thing up there because it's an extra little lip area where I can put stuff. And yeah, I can throw a couple speakers up here, whatever I want to do, right? Throw my sunglasses up here. Throw a can of beer up here. Oh, didn't say that, did I? Anyway, yeah, so there we go. So I'm gonna get my lower seat cushion and put that in, and the battery's still charging up, and once the battery's charged up, I have a seat, I can start it. Okay, well, I got the deck lid on. Thanks to my lovely wife coming out and giving me a hand. Thank you for that, Jess. So got that. I did get the exhaust tips, my chrome pencil tips, tack welded on. Got those on. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to obviously get my deck lid opened here and get my handle on and get that all working and get my seal in there. So that's my next little project here. And then that might be it for today. Well, besides trying to start it up, obviously. The battery's still taking a charge, so might be a little bit for that. May not start it today, might be a tomorrow thing, which is all fine. But yeah, it's all good. So she's getting there. Got the 50s oldies playing in the background, and well, that's what's going on here. Okay, so I got the handle on the back of the lid, and it's mounted. Just got to find my little rubber snubbers, or rubbers, I mean, for around the door. But yeah, there's a handle on there. So that looks good. But we're stopping now, and I'm working on cleaning up my 58 to take it on the cruise tonight for the Chilliwack Car Show. And I found there was a, popped the hood, I thought I could smell gas, and I see that my one gas line up in here is leaking a bit. So we're going to take that off and put a new gas hose on there right now. For all of you who haven't seen it in a while, remember years ago I did a frame-off restoration on this thing too, and well, I drive the shit out of it. I'm going to be doing some rework to it this winter. You know, she's getting lots of rock chips and some bubbles happening. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not a guy that's afraid to admit when something's bubbling. Like, I don't know, where is it? Like right here. See here? And I had stripped this car to bare metal, and it looked good then, and there was no problem, but now we got a couple little issues coming up, and I'd sooner address it before it gets too late. But while I'm addressing that, I'm going to change a few things on the engine. I'm going to put some aluminum heads on it, which I've had kicking around forever. I've got a different intake for it, so I'm probably going to lose a good 40 pounds of weight, and hopefully get at least, I don't know, I'm not a race car guy. I don't study these engine things. I study them enough to know what should go together for parts. I build engines accordingly to what they should have, but I don't know what I'm going to gain here. I'm going to think I'm going to gain a good 25 to 30 horsepower anyway with the heads I got that I'm throwing on, and like I say, different intake, different carb setup. So I might do that first this winter, and then maybe drive it next summer. That way if there's any issues with after messing with the engine, I'm not leaning over a freshly painted car. Or who knows, I might just rip the son of a bitch apart and do it all at once. I don't know. But don't forget I got the wagon I want to work on this fall too. So we'll see. But for right now, we better get a gas line changed so we can get on this cruise. And hopefully that's where it's leaking from. I'm certain it is. Okay, one gas leak fixed on my 58, and gave her a cleanup. She's not here now. She's in the front yard waiting. We're going to end this video because it's getting time for me to go inside and clean up and get ready. We got another hour, just over an hour before the cruise begins. I think it starts at 6. It's 4:30 now, so I managed to get the door sitting on the Model A here. I just got some tape to hold it closed because I ain't got the latches in. One thing I did decide I'm going to do, my pins are fitting nicely. Body lines are lining up pretty good, you know, for Model A. Model A's, all these old cars, the older they get, they were never perfect. I'm not going to hammer these pins in all the way. They're stainless, they're going in nicely, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to put them in all the way. They can't come out where they are. I've tapped them down just a bit so the teeth are just starting to grip. I'm going to leave them there. For the fact that when fall comes and we do the upholstery, the rest of it, if I want to pull the doors off to make it easier on someone getting in and out of the car, if I tap them pins down all the way, chances are, when I go to tap them out, they're going to start yanking paint. Just my decision to do. Everybody has their own way. Some people would tap them in and they'd say, hey, who gives a shit? Let's repaint the hinge after. But why get involved with repainting stuff if you don't have to? These pins can sit just like that. That door is not going to fall off. And, like I say, I'm yanking on that. I tapped it in so the teeth are in. I don't know if you can see that, but the teeth have started. You know, if that thing is, if that thing's 100% of teeth, I've got 25% of teeth already tapped in there. That's perfect. So, and it's just, I can just barely touch it there, so it's coming through. So it might look a little odd to some people, but when I'm driving it this year, but there's always a reason. Anyway, I'm going to call this a video for today, guys. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow on Sunday. We'll see. Maybe I'll give you some shots of the car show. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to go to the car show. Right at this very moment, I just don't feel like going. I don't know. Weird. Never been to it in 13 years. Lived here 13 years. Never been to my own hometown car show. And I just have no motivation to go. I don't know what it is. I think maybe for me, I work on all this old shit all day long and whatever. It just is what it is. But we'll see. You know, I think what I got to keep in my mind is there's a beer garden down there. And lots of pubs. So that'll get me to go. Hey, catch you next time. Maybe I'll even see some of you on the cruise. See you later.